Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the podcast, Beauty with a Purpose, episode number 2. And today we will be talking about my first ever pageant. Um, this is something that is like something I remember like it was yesterday. I remember when I just got out of dance practice. I used to be a dancer before I started pageantry. And the crazy thing is, I was like, I don't think I would ever take this serious. I remember telling my mom, I was like, wow, pageants? Yes, National American Miss was my very first pageant that I ever competed in. Until this day, I don't know who um sent the letter to me. I don't know how, I don't know who did the recommendation, but someone did. And I got recommended for the National American Miss pageant, and they sent me a letter in the mail, and the rest is history. So let's get into it. Um, so they had, before the pageant started, before pageant weekend started, we had a crash course. It was really the crash course that they do, it's really good for the first year girls. It gives you a chance to just like know what you're going into and not just walking into it blindly. The people there were so sweet and amazing. I remember I got to try on the crown and banner, and I was just starstruck. I was just so in awe, and I loved every moment of it. And from right then, I knew that I was going to love pageants. And I was right. So this all started back in 2019, and pageant weekend was the first week in August or like the last week in July, I believe. So when we got there, when we got to the hotel, I was just dumbfounded. I've never went to an event at a hotel. Like, mind you, I was only like 10. So seeing that, I was just taken aback, honestly. I was really excited, but I was also really nervous because I didn't know anyone. So being a first year girl was most definitely, I was very nervous, but the girls that were so nice, and I made tons of friends, and we ended up still competing together later on as years to come. We aged out of all the divisions together, and it's really bittersweet just watching all of us just grow up together. So that was like my first impressions. Pageant weekend came around, and that's when the work began. So it was maybe, we got there like Friday, and I was in the preteen category, I believe. Preteen or junior teen? Junior preteen, I mean. I think it was junior preteen. Um, that was my first year, and competitions started Saturday. So we got there Friday, and we did the check-in. With check-in, there was like a whole bunch of different things, just checking up on everything before pageant weekend started. So that Saturday morning, we had all of the optionals, and I believe we had personal introduction that day. So the optionals I competed in, well, the not the mandated optionals, but just the regular ones that I competed in. I just did best thank you note, and I did talent. Yes, because I danced. So I was like, immediately, I was like, I know I'm gonna do talent. And I did do talent, and I really loved talent. Actually, I did it for a few years. I danced to Scars to Your Beautiful by Alessia Cara. A dance classic, by the way. I love her. I love the song. I love the message behind it. I danced to that, and I did Best Thank You Note. Best Thank You Note is basically where you just thank everyone for helping you along the way and sponsoring you and just giving your appreciation to everyone. And then for the required optionals, there's formal wear, and then there's personal introduction, and more of a interview where you go one-on-one with each judge. So I remember for the formal wear, I was really nervous. Me and my dad, we were sitting, just waiting. We was taking pictures, just doing any and everything. We're just soaking in the moment. It was so fun. And by that time, I made some friends that I got to sit by, because you're in number order. So you really get to know the people that are next to you, and it just makes the process so much funner and more memorable in the process of you competing. Like, it's not, I promise you, when you compete in pageants, it's not just about winning. It's about the memories that you make. And I know it's so cliche, but as a title holder now, I'm saying that, and it's like, it's so true. It's so true. When you focus on making memories and having fun and putting all the competitionness on the back burner just for a little bit, you're going to be fine. You're going to be fine. That's when you perform your best, honestly. When you just go out there and you have fun, that's when you perform your best. So, getting back to that, my first year, I was very competitive. I I remember for the longest, when competing in pageants, I was very competitive, and I got into this mode where I was just so hyper focused and locked in to where it was hindering me from making friends. So for the longest, when I did NAM, I made friends, but I wasn't the best one, I don't think. I used to get like very, very quiet. I was very quiet, especially my first year, because I didn't really talk to anyone. So, um, yeah. So going into the Fun War competition, it was, you go up on the stage and they give you this certain layout and you walk the layout. So I'm on the stage. I remember this. I was walking on the stage. I did my little turn or whatever. I was so proud of myself. And that year was like one of the biggest for me because I've never done pageants before. Hello, like, I was just really proud of myself. And that's when I realized I really like doing pageants. That's when the fire ignited, I guess you could say, because ever since then I haven't stopped doing them. So after I got off the stage, I was like, wow, I really love doing this. Like, I felt the passion. So next was personal introduction, which is my favorite competition of all. It's personal introduction and then it's formal wear. Personal introduction is my favorite. That's when you go on stage and you give your little speech to the crowd and you tell them what you want them to know about yourself. I love it. That is my favorite optional of all time. All time. The outfits, T. Speech, T. It's so fun to do. I love doing personal introduction. It's always been my favorite. And I most definitely, looking back, I most definitely had a lot to learn, but it was still really fun in the process. After that was interview. After this is, we are now in Sunday because that's the last day. So usually they have personal introduction and interview on Sunday. Just because those are like the last finishing touches on what the judges want to know, and it helps really like narrow down who you want in Queen's Court, who you want in the top 10, top 15, that kind of stuff. So introduction came, not introduction, interview, the interview process, they take back like 6 people at a time because there's usually around 6 or 7 judges, maybe 8, but it's usually like 6. So judging, I was very nervous to talk to the judges because I knew that they were judging me for to be the potential queen, you know? So like, I was just really nervous, and I feel like that really hindered how I was talking to them, though I did still do a good job. I just felt like when I'm nervous, I just ramble. So I was rambling just a little bit, but hey, it's okay. The nerves get the best of us sometimes. But I still think I did really good for my first year with no pageant coach. And that's something I also didn't know. People have pageant coaches. Going into it, we were completely blinded by the fact that people have pageant coaches. We all just thought you just do them. So there was most definitely a lot of learning along the way. So going into the finale, you do a dance, you do a little opening number dance, and then you go back and you change into your formal wear outfit, and then you walk across the stage one more time, And then all of the girls get on stage and they announce the top 15. So the first year, there was a top 15. I got called for the top 15. And then there was a top 10. This is where my nerves were on 10. This is where my nerves were the worst, because I was like, oh my gosh, I didn't think I was going to make it past the top 10. Crazy thing. So what Mim does, like during the top 10, the last person, they give a speech and then they call the last person. So I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm so scared. The last person was me. She called Talia Cockburn. I was so excited. I was like, oh my gosh. And they gave me my little rose. And I took a picture with the queen. And I heard my family just screaming in the crowd. And it was just so... that's one of my favorite memories ever, honestly. And it's always good. And then I turned and I seen all the girls just clapping for me, and I'm just like, everybody's so supportive. National American Miss is such a supportive system, and you can honestly find some really good friends there. So they gave out the awards. They gave out the option awards. I got second runner-up for talent, and I was the best thank you note winner of 2019. So going into Queen's Court, I got fourth runner-up, which is really great for first year. Hello. So I had the opportunity to go to nationals, because once you get on Queen's Court or you win an optional or even place an optional, you can go to California to compete at nationals. So I placed fourth runner-up my first year, and I competed in nationals. It was very fun. Just overall, my first year of competing in pageants was so memorable. And what I learned from my first year was honestly just to relax. I was so tense. Looking back at it, I was so tense and I was so nervous that I wasn't really soaking in all of the moment. Like, I was having fun, but I could have had more fun. You know what I'm saying? So that's really it for today. Thank you guys so much for watching. I love you guys so much. Some of my episodes, some of the beginning episodes might be a little shorter. I don't know. But as we get on into the deeper episodes, they might be a little longer. So I'm just letting y'all know that in advance. But yeah, my advice to any first year girls or girls who want to do pageants and don't know where to start, just have fun. Just have fun. Don't focus too much on winning. Just have fun. Your time will come to wear the crown. Your time will come. As a current National American Miss Louisiana junior team, that is something that I had to learn. You have to be patient. You have to just grow, because there's something that everybody can work on. There's stuff that I even still need to work on as a queen. So that is my advice. I love you guys so much. Make sure you leave your tips, advice, anything in the comments to help anyone else. This is an environment for everyone. So yeah, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. I love you guys so much. Thank you for listening to episode 2 of my podcast, Beauty with a Purpose. I love you guys. Bye.